Hello, everybody, and welcome to You Call That a Baseball Show?
What?
I am Dr. J, working title. I am Dr. J with Matteo Ribaldo. Ribaldo. You start saying your name, I always mess it up.
I am and have ever been Matteo Ribaldo.
Ever. Did you ever have an alias when you were a single man? What was your alias?
Alias? Maybe
mine was Jeremiah. I told her, hey, baby, my name is Jeremiah.
Matteo. I don't know. My alias just became my entity. I don't know.
Oh, whatever it is. It's so many of them, you can't keep up to them.
Nah, it depends who I'm talking to. Family calls me, Maddie. Select few call me Matthew because that's what my mother called me.
And, women aliases. When you're single, you went out to a club. What was the name you get? Mateo would have been cool. I'm Mateo, baby.
Mateo.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I went with Jeremiah, and I ended up naming my son Jeremiah.
Oh, look at that. He got your alias.
He got my alias. So we were somewhere with me and my wife, and before my sons were, after my first son was born. And because I told her my name was Jeremiah when we first met. Her dad died thinking my name was Jeremiah.
Oh my goodness. That's an alias going on way too long at that point.
It did go on for a while. When her dad passed away, finally, our families met for the first time. Came over the house. And all her mother and her niece and nephew were all calling me Jeremiah, and we were eating.
Wow.
And my mother didn't catch it at first, but then after a while, my mother said, "Who's Jeremiah?" and they're looking like, "That's Jeremiah."
And that should be your baseball name,
just eating.
Jeremiah.
That's Jeremiah. Great. I should have did that. And then my mom said, "His name is Jeremy," and everybody's like, it's a big conspiracy. And I started eating faster. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, whatever, like that. But we were at a Red Lobster, the one over there on Wilshire Boulevard, and long after that. And then finally, we was waiting in line. And then all of a sudden, I hear, Jeremiah. And I'm like, oh, crap, it's a woman's voice. So I'm trying not to act like I didn't hear it. And my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, says, that girl's calling you Jeremiah.
Yeah.
And I look back reluctantly, and it was an old, small flame, not a big flame, just a small flame. And I was like, hey, how you doing? And she was a friend. She kept on walking. Hey, how you doing? La, 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 la. Okay, where was I? So every now and again, that's my fear. If I hear someone yell out, Jeremiah, a woman's name, I'm like, oh, who's that? So that's my alias there.
Wow, that is trouble walking right there. So I don't know how people juggle like multiple partners and stuff like that. I've always been a one-woman person and loyal and everything else.
Oh, you poor bastard.
And at one time I had a bunch of different girlfriends or girls, and it became confusing because it was usually a drunk debacle and I'm telling the same story, or you told me that story, or and I was just like, it's just the booze talking, but you
have to go to the same movie you done seen already. Let's go to see this movie. Like, I done seen this movie 3 times already.
I'm like, this is too stressful. I'm like, forget this.
I once dated my Isha and an Aisha at the same time.
Oh no. I at one point I dated, I think 4 Angelas, like it. And at one point, every time I met a new girl or something, I'm like, her name's going to be Angela. It's got to be. It's like, and then it wasn't. But it was weird. It was uncanny. And I'm like, it kind of makes things easier, doesn't it?
Call her Angela. Call you Angela. I don't care what your name is.
Yeah, right. My buddies would be like, which Angela is this? And I'm like, oh, the Skinny McGee. And then she lost her name, and they're like, oh, Skinny McGee's over. I'm like, it's Angela. Oh, man. Anyway.
It's ironic we're talking about this because, baseball players back in the day used to be the biggest, and I'm going here with our opening story here. Baseball players used to be the biggest hoes in sports.
Yeah.
people don't know that, but it's not the football players, not the NBA player, because those guys are one and done in the town. They're it. Baseball players, they're there for 3 nights, 4 nights, the whole weekend.
Well,
And it
not only that, but the looks of a baseball player. If you look at the different sports, most of the football players, at the time we're talking about, they were gruffy looking, and
rough, big, oversized guys.
and the basketball players the same, and the hockey players, they're a bunch of goons. And then you had the baseball players, and the baseball players were handsome guys,
Handsome guys, weren't
and
overly big, normal looking size.
and they had a certain, they didn't have a helmet covering their looks. They're out there,
Mhm.
and I'm sure all the
And
other
they're
sport
smarter. They're the
athletes are
smartest
pissed off at us, but
athletes.
yeah,
They're the smartest athletes.
yeah.
They are the very well-mannered athletes. So I used to work with Steve Yeager back in the day, old Dodger catcher, and in a sports station, and he used to tell me all these wonderful stories about, on the road back in the 80s. But it's not so much a thing now because the newest rookie sensation, and we'll get to baseball, is Connor Griffin. Have you seen him play?
I have not.
He's 19 years old. The Pittsburgh Pirates said we're gonna stir things up here. He's the baseball coming to LeBron James, and let me tell you, he's the real deal. He's 19 years old. He's 6'6", 220, shortstop.
Wow.
Yes. First at bat, I saw him last week. I
He
forget
could just
against
drop
who.
his glove from a standing position on the ground and probably catch the ball because he's so long.
He's a lone guy. He could have played basketball, football, and his first at bat in Major League at bat, he doubled and
Nice.
came around to score. So he just signed a 6-year, $148 million contract with the Pirates
Wow.
at 19, which is a great deal for them and him because what? In 6 years, he'll be what, 25?
Right.
And we could re-sign like a more $800 million contract then if he's worth it.
And the Pirates could deal him if they wanted to somewhere midway, and someone picks up the rest of that contract with maybe a bonus bump for the player.
Well, he's living up to it. He's living up to it.
So maybe the Yankees will bring up Lombard Jr., who's I think 1 year older than this guy, and he's a stud, and he's killing it in Double-A. And I'm like, just bring him up. He's just our third baseman is like batting under 100 for the New York Yankees. He needs to go. I would rather have this 19, 20-year-old Double-A player that crushed it in spring training as well, up in the big leagues right now. So Hal, if you're listening, look at the Pirates and look at what they're doing.
Well, these veterans now, you think these veterans take their time coming in. They're kind of slow. It'll come, the game will come. But these 19, 20-year-old cats, man, they don't know any different. Hey, I got to do it, man. The pressure's on. I got to hit every time I come to play. It's eventually I'll get to it. They got to ride or die at this moment. So there's an extra bit of intensity. Also, I want to go back to the baseball players aren't players anymore. During the game of Connor Griffin, they went up into the stands and his mom and dad and sister were there. They interviewed him. They come to the sister and it's not his sister. It's his wife. The cat is married at 19 years old.
Oh, that's going to change.
We said that, but she's a beautiful girl. She's not a baddie. She's a normal, really good looking girl. They're from Mississippi. Where my parents were from. And he got her. He landed her before he signed the $148 million contract. She seems like a Christian girl because she said, I just want for him what God wants for him. So he seems to be. So what a joy to be 19. Now, nobody's saying he can't have a good time.
Right.
No one's saying that. But you're 19, you're married to a beautiful girl, you got a $148 million contract. All you got to do is play baseball, baby. Nothing else to do.
And I understand with these young guys that the pressure's on, but someone like this kid who's 19, he's got $150 million contract or what have you. He's a millionaire, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
he could play fearless and loose. He's got the
yes,
money.
got it.
And he's young and he's got time to learn. So like, I don't know why they're so worried that they're going to ruin these players by bringing them up. Like the whole Jabba rules back in the day when they had Jabba Chamberlain as a pitcher for the Yankees, and they had all these rules, and the kid couldn't breathe as a professional, and just let him play. It's baseball. It's not, you know, brain surgery. Come on.
Yeah. And these kids are training now in Division 1 like we never trained. I mean, I've been hanging out with the Mount Sac baseball team where my son goes to school at, doing my training for my recreational baseball. And the training methods now are top notch. These kids are learning
Yeah.
advanced. They're learning how the major league ball players are training at 16. So there's
Right.
not that much differential as far as skills and drills there. So these cats are almost ready at 19. And I don't think they're going to be spoiled. I think they're going to learn the game young. The intensity is going to be there, like you just said. He ain't got to worry about paying bills, his contract. He is locked in for 6 years. He's married. He doesn't have to worry about all these pressures of women. I mean, he's going to be able to play ball and focus and almost get him before he develops any bad habits, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
He doesn't know anything about bad habits. All he knows is let me go out there and set the world on fire. And
Well,
baseball is an easier game to do that with.
and I know that can't stand this team, but I'm going to quote something that was played in the Astro Dome at the time. Let
Astrodome.
them
Good
play.
Lord.
Let
Let
them
them
play.
play. Yeah.
Let them play. The
Bad News
Bad News
Bears breaking
Bears.
training, right?
Yes. And
Breaking training.
that's what they need to do is let these young bucks come up and let them play. If a guy from Colorado is playing third base for the Yankees and he's batting .077 or something like that,
You need to get him out of there.
you need to get him out. And
Yeah.
oh, what are you worried about bringing him up? Oh, they're going to get hurt. They're young. If they get hurt, they're going to recover and they're going to be playing. It's so I don't understand it. I understand like maybe saving a pitcher's arm or something like that, but these position players, let them come up and learn. It's better than these insta outs that you're watching in your bottom of your lineup.
While the guy's still getting warmed up. And speaking of now, the only tragedy about these young players now, and let's get to my Dodgers,
Uh-huh.
is that Matteo, they're on fire. They're probably going to three-peat against your Yankees. But
Uh-huh.
look, I am worried about the future because we're number one and
Yep.
we're not getting all the cool draft picks. We don't
Mhm.
have any homegrown hardcore talent. We've got nothing but free agents for the next 10 years. When the Otani era is over, I mean, that's
Yeah.
going to be it. We're not getting these young hot shots. These guys, unless we steal them, Conor McGregor, we can
Uh,
steal him in
w- w-
6 years if he
well,
are Paul Skeen, but
you,
we don't have any young prospects.
you've got the giant bank account that just rolls out a dump truck of money and you buy everyone at this point because that's what you
Beep,
guys are now
beep.
known for. So I don't think you got to worry about your farm system being small or short because you will just call up the Pirates and be like, oh, by the way, here is a new stadium and just give us your best player.
Well, Dodger update. Mookie Betts is hurt. He's got a oblique strain.
Yep.
Running around the bases. Shohei is coming along. Andy Potez is on fire. He's batting like 500. He's the number one hitter in the league right now. Most
Hmm.
hits. He's on fire. Can do no wrong. We swept the Nationals. We ain't saying much. And we
Right.
did have the World Series repeat with the Toronto Blue Jays, and we beat them 2 out of 3, scoring more than 10 runs, which shows me if we were hitting last World Series, it probably would have been like 5 games opposed to 7. So we obviously had the talent. Michael Conforto is no longer there. He's in Chicago, pissing off the Cub fans. Apparently,
Yeah. Well, he's
still
doing
striking out.
well actually in the Cubs.
When?
He just had a 3-run home run.
Oh, he just had that. Well, he was 0 for 7 before that. And the
So
Cubs got a deal. He's got a $2 million contract. So he went from 17 million to 2 million this year. So it's a steal no matter what.
So remember, I told you that the Dodgers and the Blue Jays are going to have a tough time because you guys haven't been hit by the injury bug. Mookie has, and he strained it probably swinging the bat, not running the bases.
I think so. I saw that at bat, and he didn't swing at all in the at bat. It was a walk, and then Freddie Freeman hit a double, and he ran all the way from first base, and that one he got pulled out. So I don't know if it was hurting before he stepped up or running the bases.
You're pulling all oblique, swinging the bat,
Yeah.
for the most part, and then
Maybe
it probably lingered on.
But
you guys have been healthy for the most part, like your stars, and so the Blue Jays are not going to have the same season. They don't have Bichette and that chemistry, and their pitchers pitched out of their shoes last season. Are they all going to have this great season again? And like you just said, you guys hit. So it's not that you weren't hitting. It might have been that their pitchers were better, for last season. So
they weren't hitting. They lost 6 before they beat us in that third game. They had dropped 6 straight. So they have a lot of injuries though.
Yeah. And the Yankees, like they have a decent record and they were doing really well, and they've been pitching like not their normal starters. So everything's looking good. And now all of a sudden they've hit the same old Yankee anemic batting and in their lineup. And, I was talking the bottom of the lineup, but you could maybe go from maybe the 5 spot all the way down the lineup, all the way down, has not been performing. My brother
Judge is really like all in the tank, and I love Judge. And to be fair, I think that square that surrounds the plate, the catcher, should be lower for him. I think he gets cheated on a lot of those when that fastball hits the bottom of the plate. He's so much taller. I mean, that strike zone at the bottom of the plate is almost at his shins.
No, I know. They
so
need
unfair.
to. I don't know why the box isn't moved up. It should be based on. So this
if
is
he was
from
10 feet tall, you would need. If he was a 7-footer, you couldn't have a strike zone there. I don't know why a 7-footer would want to play baseball, but you're right. I think his should be moved up.
So I got this from my brother earlier this morning. So 6 players of the Yankees batting below 200. You ready?
Ooh, yikes.
Your buddy, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Mr. 50-50. He's supposed to go 50-50 this year.
Yeah, he'll be lucky if he gets
2020.
2020, yes. You got to get on base, Jazz, to get 50 bags stealing. And we won't even talk about you getting the ball over the for a home run over the fence. So Jazz is batting 190.
Ooh.
Jose Caballero is batting 143.
Yikes.
Trent Grisham, who we re-signed for $22 million. Great job, Cashman, by the way. He's batting 167.
Well, wait.
He's batting first in
How
the
are
lineup.
You guys 8-4?
Wait. It gets better.
Okay.
Our third baseman, McMahon, I was wrong. I thought it was .077. It was .080 is him. Our backup catcher is batting .000.
Oof.
And Wells, our starting catcher, is batting .185. So maybe he left his bat in the Dominican Republic. We don't know. But how the hell, Yankees, are you going to have this kind of lineup and be competitive? And right now, the Yankees pitching staff is the best in the MLB, and they're pitching. Their ERA is like 2 something, like 214 or something crazy. Um, and so in the minors, we've got the Martian Dominguez. He's batting, I don't know, 357. You've got Jones, who's mashing constantly. He's well above all these schnooks in the Yankees' current lineup. And then you got Lombard Jr. in Double A crushing it, and they all had an awesome spring training.
Mm-hmm.
So why are any of these 6 players in the Yankees lineup? Why aren't they bringing someone up and just benching one of them? Oh, they're going to figure it out, Cashman. No, they're not. Like, these are the same guys that were anemic last season. Why do you? It's insanity expecting the same thing to have yield a different result. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the Yankees are as good as they are because the pitching. That's why. And Aaron Judge will be Aaron Judge. I'm not worried about him. He's batting 250 something.
Well, Trent
Uh,
Grissom will be Trent Grissom eventually, and Jazz will come on.
may,
They're not going to stay under 200. You know that.
well, the latest spin on Jazz is like, well, it's too cold for Jazz right now. Once it warms up, he's going to warm up. His bat's going to warm up.
Who
And
said
so
that? Boone didn't say that,
maybe
did he?
what? Yeah, they said
Who's-
that.
Ah.
So Jazz, who is notorious for saying, I'm going to do 75%, because when I do 100%, I don't do as well. Well, maybe Jazz, when it's cold out, try to do 100%, which will really equate to your 75% during the regular warm part of the season. And then you'll be hitting better. And then we'll talk about maybe 30 for 30, but not 50 for 50. All right,
Did he
bud?
actually say that? He needs a PR person if he actually said that. He said that in front of a microphone.
I
I
don't
don't
know
even.
if he said it or someone said it in an
Oh,
interview. Uh, Look, I don't know, but it was said and it was documented on the MLB app,
oh
and so
gosh.
so
Well,
he may have said it. I don't know.
I hate the fact that when they interview Mookie Betts, he's so short and like I don't know, almost like he's mumbling. But I'm actually thankful for that when I hear something like Jazz Chisholm go off at the mouth saying stuff like that.
Well,
I love Jazz though. I love Jazz.
Jazz may have not even said it. I may be misquoting him completely, but it's
It
on the
sounds like something
record
he'd say.
somewhere. Someone said it, and that's ridiculous. So let's talk about, since we were talking about the strike zone and Aaron Judge, let's talk about the ABS system. Are you still a fan at this point?
I'm still a fan. I
You
like it. I like it. I like it. I've been watching all kind of games and I've seen it being used. I don't think players should use it in the first inning. I think the Dodgers don't use it enough. I think Dave Roberts has probably told them, listen, let's just lay off of that until the like 7th, 8th inning. So I think they let some pitchers get away. I saw in the bat with Andy Padez, he let a couple. Freddie Freeman and Andy Padez, they let a lot of stuff get away, a lot of high pitches and
Yep.
outside pitches that are strikes. So I like it. I'm not complaining. It doesn't take that long. It's nice to actually see it. The umps don't seem to get frustrated by it. And there's
Yep.
one umpire who apparently, I wish I would remember his name. There's only one umpire in Major League Baseball who's never had a call overturned. And I guess he's like going to get a raise about this. So I'm a fan. What about
Mr.
you?
Automatic. Um, I'm starting to grow to like it more than I did. However, I think that some players should maybe not be allowed to challenge.
Like who?
Like, if you're batting under 100 or you're batting under the Mendoza line, as you love to put it, you're not allowed to challenge the call. You're batting in the, 265 and up. Maybe you got a better idea of the strike zone, but all those guys that I told you about on the Yankees, they should have a gag order that they're not allowed to challenge the call. They need to see the ball in order to be able to challenge the call. And I've seen Jazz already challenge a couple of times and be wrong. And it's just like, dude, you are not that good right now. You may be good, but not right now. So maybe trust the umpire a little bit.
I would
Um,
say the only adjustment I would make is that if you ask me and they say, Dr. J, what do you do? I would say that let's push it back until the fifth inning.
mm,
No challenging in the first 5 innings. And this
yeah.
led to the fifth inning where the baseball game is halfway over, and then start doing it then, because I think it'd be really exciting after that. But calling it in the first inning is kind of like, come on, guys. I mean, we're all
Well,
getting warmed up here.
well, the other thing to also consider as a player is, say you do call it in the first inning, right? You haven't
Hmm.
seen the pitches to know what type of strike zone this umpire is going to have, because eventually you're going to
Exactly.
be out of challenges and you're just going to have to know the strike zone based on this umpire that's playing. So to do it in the first inning, there's not a lot of collateral damage on the field, that could
Hmm.
happen. If the
Yeah.
bases are loaded, Aaron Judge is up and it's a called strike and he's out and it's the first inning, well, maybe that might be a time to challenge, because play the challenge to what's going on the field. The
Yeah.
situational hitting, situational challenging, the ABS call, don't you think?
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely. It'd be
and
more interesting if there's a guy on base and there's a question, especially on 2 strikes. Yeah, I'm all for it. Yeah.
but first inning, second inning, third inning, yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
so. I think everyone should be like you said, no, unless again, if it's someone that is notorious for being able to mash and its bases loaded, and there's one out, not say
Hmm.
two outs,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I would think. But someone like Trent Grisham, who normally knows the strike zone very well, or Jazz Chisholm, and you're having that same scenario, and it's not Stanton or Aaron Judge at the bat, I
Hmm.
would say no, they shouldn't be challenging. Um,
Yeah, maybe if you're a rookie too, like Connor Griffin, maybe it shouldn't be challenging. And
right.
you're right. It used to be a time that rookies didn't question balls and strikes, right?
Yep.
You get thrown out of the game if you question an umpire or get a bad rap for that.
Hmm.
So yeah, it takes a certain eye. I personally couldn't do it. My time playing baseball, even now playing recreational ball, I don't know unless it's just totally way out of the strike zone. I wouldn't know, be able like, I don't know if that was a ball or strike. From my advantage, the catcher obviously has a great view of it.
Yep.
Maybe the pitcher, but to be a hitter there standing on the plate and saying, "Oh, I think that was too low." I mean, it takes experience to do that.
Yep.
And I'm surprised they do it in the college system. They're doing it.
I,
And
I I
yeah,
think the best player to call it, except for some catcher of a team that we played that was terrible at it, most catchers should be the one to challenge. The pitcher has the best view of it, but
yeah.
they've got an ego the size of, New York State. And they should not be making that call because they think everything's a strike.
Everything's a strike.
Where the catcher's probably got the best head on his shoulders for that call. Um, but someone who probably be really good at calling balls and strikes, Juan Soto. He
Mets are
injured,
doing well.
and the Mets are doing better without him, which
Yeah.
it's a pleasure as a Yankee to know.
Mets
um,
look good. They say they're going to be the Dodgers' #1 competition this year.
all right.
We'll see how it goes. We got their closer, Edwin Diaz. Did you see the trumpet play at Dodger Stadium?
Oh,
They had the
uh,
live girl playing the trumpet, Tiana Taylor.
oh
She was
yeah,
playing the trumpet, and he hasn't disappointed. Every time he's gone out, he's closed the door, man. That
that's
guy
awesome.
is a beast. I never paid him that much attention because he was in New York, but that guy is a beast. He closes it down,
I
and
would.
I love him.
I'd love to say that the Yankees have a beast in Bednar, but Bednar's showing some chinks in his armor, and he's been getting into trouble early, and he's lost some games for us. And I want him to keep his head on straight and go out there fearless and a warrior that he's known for, and not get in his head and be a mental midget on the mound and continue to thrive. But right now he's struggling.
Well, before we go in this last minute,
Yep.
the ABS, we decide we like what we see.
So
If you
far,
ask me, I would put it back behind after 5th inning. Then we can do it. Then it
they
gets
should
really
make that
more
the rule.
I agree. Just wait
You
till
can't
5th. Yeah.
challenge until after the 4th inning.
Yeah, you're halfway home. It'll definitely put more drama to the game. But also coming up next year, I don't know if it's next year or the year after, they're coming up with the check swing challenge.
What?
Did you hear about that? Oh, you didn't know?
No.
They're working on the check swing. Now, this is totally unnecessary because the first baseman and the third base coach have a clear view of it. So I
Why
think
do they
this is
mess
a
up that
complete waste
call
of
all the
time.
time?
Occasionally they do. I will give you that much. But
I like
they're
this
working
one
on
better
that.
than the ABS, I have to say, because there's so many times where I'm like, he didn't swing at that.
Well, it's got to go through the minor league system first. They have to work out the kinks, but that's the next thing. Did he swing or didn't he? That's the next challenge, and that's going to be fun to watch.
I think they need to perfect that I guess rule in a way. Like, how much of the bat needs to cross the plate in order for it to be considered a swing? And from what length? Is it just the end of the bat has to cross over the plate? Is it 3/4 of the bat needs to pass the plate? I think they need to really dial that in, because sometimes it's the heel of the bat that is passing the plate, and they're able to, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. If it goes like parallel like this, you see my hand, I think it's a swing. If they're able to keep the knob in the front, but you're right, if it goes a little too much in the torso, is a little too much, it is a swing. It depends on how close the guy is standing up on the plate or how far back he is. So a lot of that depends on the situation, but it's going to be fun it's going to be fun to watch them try to figure that out. I think they're going too far. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm nervous about this one.
I'm nervous about this one too, because it's just like, soon they're going to have to put like some sort of sensors in the bats in order to know the plane in which it's crossing, and
and why are they check swinging anyway? I mean, you don't check swing in Little League. You don't check swing barely in high school. Why these professional guys can't make up their mind when there's a fucking 95-mile-an-hour fastball coming
because
at you?
it's coming at 95 miles per hour. And at the time when they're swinging, it's like, oh my God, this is awesome. I'm going to kill this. And then it drops and they're like, oh, I see it dropping. And they stop themselves. But I think it must do major damage to the wrists and the obliques and the shoulder.
That's how
Mookie
got
swing.
it, right? You're right. Yeah. He probably did. Looking back at that at bat, he probably did have a check swing, because you're holding up really fast on that, and I can see you go, oh!
You stop the inertia of the body, that's going to cause an injury.
I like those guys that used to, like, back in the day, they kind of do twirl the bat with the check swing. They do a little that, that. Like Tony Gwynn was like that. He would twirl his bat. That was his check swing.
Yeah.
But these guys are like,
before we go, what's the deal with a batter being in the box and then just standing there showing the pitcher, I'm not going to swing? Like, why would you ever take the pressure off the pitcher? Always stand like you're going to mash the ball. And like, I see it all the time. And I'm like, Bellinger does it from time to time. And I'm like, why are you giving the plate up? Because he's got a free pitch now. And not all the time the pitcher is able to pitch a strike, but I know for damn sure Bellinger's not swinging the bat, or a batter's not swinging the bat. So why do it? What is that, an ego thing? What is that?
I couldn't answer that at all. I saw one clip online where a guy was doing it, and he did it once, and then he hit a home run the next. I can't remember the name of it.
I think Mookie has done it.
Mookie does. Mookie doesn't hit swing at the first pitch, period. So he's always kind of relaxed there at the first pitch. The scouting report said he's not going to swing. Yeah. Now, in the 80s, the San Diego Padres had a guy, I can't remember his name. I think he had a French name. But he literally Do you remember this guy? He had a mustache, and he would literally stand there like this. That was his batting stance on every pitch.
Mm.
He wouldn't swing, he wouldn't check or nothing like that. He literally stood there like this, and then the ball would come, and then he would up his swing and hit. He was a pretty good hitter.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. He's 80s, San Diego Padres, the old uniforms, but I could see the guy. He always had this very relaxed tone. Like the bat was pretty much on, like he wasn't going to swing, but he did it every pitch, and it worked for him. I mean, he was like a 280 hitter.
It's possible that that relaxed stance in the opening was his way to, sports psychology, just to center himself, be calm, and not put so much pressure on him to, be in a swinging position and to calm himself. Maybe that's why he did that.
My hitting coach, I have a hitting coach now. We talked about rotation, and we did an exercise on the tee where I kept the bat on my shoulder, and he wanted me to turn that way and hit the ball off the tee. So much to the point now where I'm darn near in my regular stance, keeping the bat close to my shoulder at that time, just to remember to rotate. So you're probably absolutely right about that. You're trying to be calm and relax. Everybody can't be, what's his name? Gary Matthews at the plate.
Yeah. Right.
That guy never stopped moving.
Mickey Rivers, he had the wild stance. He'd be really crouched down super low, and talk about messing up the strike zone. The pitchers couldn't hit the strike zone because he would be short, and he would also slouch down, and he would have his bat way behind his back.
So Ricky Henderson, remember Ricky Henderson had no strike zone. It's like that guy would crouch down so low, he'd be like the catcher, as low as the catcher. And that made them great hitters, man. Man, it's great talking baseball with you, man.
Yeah, always.
Always. We had a great show.
Yeah. So I look forward to the next one, buddy.
World Series prediction, still Dodgers, Yankees, Dodgers in 6.
I know it's definitely not going to be the Red Sox. They're in the basement right now. They had such high hopes too. It's still way early in the season, but even so, it always makes me happy that they're, in the basement. But yes, Yankees in 5. Yeah, for sure.
All right. I'm Dr. J, and that's, what's your name?
Matteo Roboto.
This has been another episode of You Call That a Baseball Show?
What?
Talk to y'all next time.
Peace.